Hello teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. I disappeared there. I crawled to the weekend, and also she's been quite boring and I lost track of her. Like at some point YouTube was having trouble and she went live 5 times and I just didn't know what was what. So took an unexpected break there. Sorry about that. Today we are gonna talk about just some of the points that I did miss. Oh, I didn't check the time and call for prayers just started. Sorry if it's picking up. But there actually aren't that many points that I missed. And then I've got just sayings. Foodie Beauty is hangry, goes off at reactors. We're probably not going to stick around for the goes off to reactors because we've done that before. So I'm not reacting to the whole thing because the whole thing is an hour and 10 minutes. I'm probably reacting to like the first part. She also live streamed from what it says here, about 7 hours ago, something like that. I will check that out and see if it's worth reacting to later. So if I've missed something with the most recent live stream, apologies. Now, before we get started, I've got to have a little bit of a makeup talk with you. If this isn't your thing, I will try and remember to timestamp below so you can just skip ahead, okay? But I have to talk to you about 2 things that I've been really into recently. So there is a brand here, and I think it is global. I did a quick search, but I haven't looked where it's available or what have you. I will try and remember to link them as well. But I always have problems with things going down my face because it's hot in Oman and I need makeup that lasts the day. And recently I've been using an eyeliner from them. I've got it on today. You can see it. It's a pencil liner. It's this. So they have, I think it's called, let's see, Extreme Tattoo Gel Pencil. And the thing is, I stopped wearing liquid liner because it was just a bit too harsh. I wanted to be able to wing it out and blend it out a little bit. And you can do that with this. But once you get through the first like minute and it's down and it's blended out and it's whatever, it will not budge. I am telling you, here in Oman, in this temperature, I have put it on at 5 in the morning when I've been getting ready for my day. And I've taken it off at 7 o'clock at night when I have taken my face off for the day. And it's still been in place. You will need a balm to remove it, but if you're looking for a strong liner, oh, I like this so much. It comes in a load of colors. I don't really wear black liner anymore. Like I say, it's just a bit too harsh for me. I have switched out to navy blue for my general day-to-day, but I've got it in navy blue, brown, green, and this kind of burgundy color, which I'm wearing now, and I love it. Second thing I love, it's not long lasting, but God, it's comfortable. I've got on my lips today. They have a lipstick called the Sheer Up lipstick. Here's the thing with my lips. My lips are dry. They are dry as, and they're always dry. And makeup tends to catch on them, so I have to be quite careful when I'm putting lipstick on. This has all the comfort of a balm, but it has a little bit more oomph when it comes to the color. It's not full coverage, it's still sheer enough. But that does help with it being quite flattering because it's also working with your lip color. But it's just, you put it onto like drier lips and you just see it. You see it like hydrate them. It's amazing and it's really comfortable to wear and I love it. It is not transfer proof, but I appreciate it. So that's the makeup talk. If you weren't here for it, sorry, but I just needed to share. I know people ask me about my makeup sometimes. Those are 2 great products. Okay, moving back to Foodie. The points I wanted to talk about that were pre this live. Her reveal pic. She accidentally turned the camera around. It's possible that this was an accident. It's possible it was on purpose just to test the response. Now, she is quite vain and she's quite insecure about her look, so I think she would have just tidied herself up a bit if that had been the case, if it had been on purpose. But I wouldn't be shocked either way. It's looking more and more likely that she's not going to wear her hijab in Canada. Just the way she's speaking about it, the way she refuses to be hemmed in with a definitive answer. Like, she just doesn't know, but I don't think she wants to for any religious reason. So I think it's going to be too much trouble for her and too uncomfortable for her. Now, she does like to cover her hair, but she's been talking recently about how she's using the hair products again and the powders to cover the thinness. So I feel like she's practicing for Canada. Now, I will say, usually I wouldn't share the picture of her. I don't have it right now, but I'm going to have edited it in. That was a bit of a mouthful. If I felt that there was any chance that it would actually be important to her, I would respect anyone who wore it enough not to post the picture without it. However, in Chantel's case, she did say right after she didn't care. It was literally only because she was still in Syria. So I don't feel like this is as, I don't know, terrible. I'd feel terrible if I shared a picture of a hijabi co-worker of mine because I know it's important to them. Foodie doubled down on the fact that it wasn't important to her. So I'm sharing it. Another point, her return date. She had mentioned 12 days and then kind of caught herself because she'd sort of told on herself. Originally, I thought it was going to be earlier, and she kind of spread that because when she was like, oh, I'm flying back now, I'm going to change my flight. Oh, I fainted. She was like, she'd moved her flight up a bit, but it seems to be she's going very close to Halloween. That would make sense in terms of her position because she'd get Halloween, but she'd be able to move into her place right away. However, before, when Salah had been talking about it, he'd been in the background of a stream, he'd said, oh yeah, they'll give you a week earlier. So a little bit of back and forth there. We're not sure which one is true. If the 12 days is true, based on when she said it, that would put her at the 28th, which would at least mean she could move straight in. But earlier is also possible based on that week remark, so who knows. And the last thing, I got suggested a video from Sansa on my Twitter, and she had done a video on the original plan for Syria, so please do watch that for all the details, because it was in the middle of a live stream and then she slipped with her hijab, so people didn't really mention it. She had said that the original plan for Syria was to come to Syria for 1 to 2 years and then go back to Canada, presumably with him. I don't think that will ever happen. I don't think Salah will ever live on Canadian soil. I think he's tried to get visitor visas there before and been rejected. Do you guys remember when she did a vlog of going to a coffee shop in Kuwait and it just so happened it was right by where you had to apply for visas? I think if he could have gotten even a visit visa, he would have gone over with Foodie before now. I think originally the plan was to get him to Canada, like as a longer term thing. And the 1 to 2 years in Syria may well have been, well, our plans in Kuwait have changed. Foodie needs to be in a better financial position to do that and to be a sponsor. And it would mean that they could save the money, or at least put the money towards paying off the more urgent debts and show that she had money to support him over time. So I could believe that that was the original plan, but like I say, I don't think it will ever happen. I think she cannot live outside of Canada. Her health has deteriorated hugely. She needs to take advantage of the system she doesn't pay for. I think travel is just harder and harder on her. I think Salah has tried to go there before and been rejected, and I think it would take a very big upheaval of some kind and a very lucky interview for him to even get a visit visa. So moving to Canada, I don't think will ever happen. Now, I've been wrong about things before. I will take it on the chin if I'm wrong about this, but from what I know of immigration in general, I don't see that as a scenario that will happen. Do I believe that they believe they could try? Yes, I do. I don't think it will go anywhere. And especially with Foodie now moving back to Canada, her expenses are going to be so much higher. She's not going to have as much money to put away, and she's not great at saving on her own anyway. So with her coming back to Canada, her sense of urgency will fade because anything not directly in front of her face terrifying her does fade in urgency. And frankly, she's just not going to have the money to save anyway. So between him being rejected before, between her paying off debt, between neither of them having a lot of money, Salah's passport being from where it is, like there are so many things working against them, and they're both pretty much idiots, so I don't see them doing anything really clever to get around this, you know? All right, so that's basically all I really wanted to talk about for the catch-up. And we're moving into the part of Just Sayings cut down for the I'm Hungry LOL stream. And like I say, I'll catch up with the rest later. Okay, let's get started.
I'm in Syria. He's selling things, Natalie. Donate to help set up Chantal's new visa pad. Yes. Hey, Jennifer. But at the same time, like, I'm a free person when I leave here, right? Like, it's gonna be my life, so I'm gonna definitely live it the way I want to.
She is going to lose any connection to any kind of Muslim faith she had immediately. She's going to be sealing in that bed.
Yeah, there's leaves and olives falling all the time off this one tree. And I sweep, that's why you see the broom? Oh. I sweep, Salah sweeps, we all sweep this giant yard, but there's always dust the next day. There's just no point.
That's true. It's a dusty place, the desert, what can I tell you?
Like...
I have the same problem here.
No, we won't be in a relationship, so that's the thing.
She's not useful anymore for getting him there. But she'll cling on to the connection with the cat.
I don't know, I want to show you to the people again, you stupid. I don't know, whenever he wakes up, if he feels better, maybe we can go get some Krispies. I'm a free...
I thought he was already better and he'd been to his family and they'd given him medicine because she clearly doesn't give a shit. All just nonsense, okay.
Women as soon as I do clean in Canada. It smells nice because I'm using a new laundry soap. Like, I get excited about
the fact that she had
soaps
to check.
and cleaning products. And you're gonna buy the first wheelchair? Nice. The color depends how long they're on the tree for. Like, there's some purple ones laying around.
Oh god, she moved. I feel like she's just done laundry because we've been seeing some new outfits recently and she's just had them all in a big laundry pile. By new, I mean old but new. And she's been feeling herself. She showed herself in this. She showed herself in the stripy one. There's been some talk over whether it was the same dress. I think she just wore it backwards before. It's the same one.
This guy's looking at me like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? No, I don't sleep in a baya, Trace. You're funny. You're supposed to when the Adhan comes.
The call to prayer is so loud, but I kind of sympathize because when I lived in Saudi, the mosque was like directly behind and it was so loud.
But you have until the next prayer time to do it, so. What do I sleep in? Either a nightgown or like shorts and a tank top or something, just normal stuff. It's still so warm here, like at night it gets cold, but like in the day it's still kind of warm.
Here too, we're still in AC weather at the moment, but I tend to be able to put the AC on, let it cool the place down, and then turn it off for a few hours. But we still need it.
Okay, they didn't know, really? Like you thought I had like some kind of like Islamic sleepwear? I don't have to cover up when it's just Salah and I in the house. Thank good.
You know, stuff like this would have been like good content during the whole conversion arc. Hey, who can see me? Hey, how do I handle this when we're alone? How do I handle this online? She seemed to be struggling with content ideas. That would have been good.
Yes, because it would be uncomfortable being all the time. I don't contact his family to bring me stuff people watch it. But he'll probably get up in a bit soon. The witch, I want to go to Salem. Feels good to sleep in shorts, yeah.
I'd like to go there one day.
The Salem witch trials, like when you really think about it, it's so crazy. I'm glad I wasn't alive during that time where I'd probably be deemed a witch for sure.
Witch hunts do feel somewhat relevant to global politics at the moment, doesn't it?
Made you out to be a witch for anything. You use too many spices in your cooking, you're a witch. Chat really wants you to move to Kingston. Yeah, Kingston is nice.
I was looking at some different places when she was looking and I was like, oh, some of them do look so nice. Oh, I think she's going to be near her family still because, like I said, she got the one from before, apparently, but would have been nice for her to go look at other cities.
I think he's awake. Hold on a second.
She really wants food. Oh, so loud. She's got the filters up pretty high right now, but she came pretty close the other day with no filters because of the slip and stuff. Oh, it was not a pretty sight. Her skin was unfortunate. Now, it's been a while since she was in Damascus, and I don't imagine skincare is top of her priorities right now, or indeed that it's been ever. But she really needs just to get a regular routine. My skin started freaking out. We think it's hormonal and just general. I'm of the age where it does that. Like lots of hormonal changes, that kind of stuff. But I've had to cut out a ton of stuff for my routines. I'm literally on like face wash and moisturizer right now because everything's setting it off. She needs something that simple but completely consistent.
Open the gate. I don't know, I've only done it once. It's locked right now. Yeah.
In the month she's lived there, she's opened the gate once. That seems dangerous.
So I was really not feeling well.
I mean, I know Syria.
It's going to be such a big culture shock for me going from where I'm living now to where I'm going to be living. Like, well, Tracy, it's just...
She is going to be as happy as a pig in shit, just so you know.
Staying home because Salah's not feeling great at all. And he clearly has, like, a flu or a cold. Yeah, Christina, I don't go out there by myself. Yeah, and he's, like, I think not well. Like, I'm trying my best. Like, he's been to a doctor. He's on medicine. I gave him extra strength Panadol, made him a healthy breakfast. Some...
If I was sick, I wouldn't necessarily want breakfast, but you do you.
Tea. Like, I don't know what else to do, so he's just resting. My lifestyle here is so different than... Like, it's gonna feel almost sinful being in a...
Sinful. Consider all the things she's done in a hijab. Okay, go on.
Like, in a home that's, like... Does he have a cough? A little bit, yeah. No, I can't drive. I have to say, like, I don't even think you need a driver's license to drive here. Like,
Officially, you probably do, but whether they're checking for it or not. So technically, she could drive. Again, I wouldn't recommend that she does.
I'm not joking. Like, if you get pulled over, they just check, like, if your car is stolen or not. Like, they don't really check. I hope he feels better soon, yeah. So, I'm just letting him rest, but yeah, life will be so much different. Like, automatic washers, you know. Yeah, I did get him, he has juice, but I didn't think of zinc. Yeah, I gotta get lint. The thing is like, he needs to go get this stuff. I can't. Halloween bees. Yeah. She thinks she owns the whole yard. She walks...
It's her home.
Around, like, looking for anything she can hunt. Yeah, the laws will... Yeah, there's not a stable government in place, so there's no leftovers. I just made him, like, a small soup because we only had, like, a chicken thigh left from the chicken we had for dinner, so I just... and we only had, like, a few noodles left. So I just made him, like, a one-person soup. Needs to go grocery until he feels better. We didn't go to a big grocery because he hasn't been feeling good. No.
Just think, if she hadn't eaten all his snacks, they wouldn't have to worry about this right now. He could just get something to eat and go to sleep.
Well, there's literally no shop near walking distance, no. It's like desert. It's still warm. No Instacart, no delivery. If he orders things for delivery, like, it's not from... It's like just a local restaurant that, like, shawarma place that knows him. There's no KFG here. There's no KFC. There's no fast food. Being sick is just miserable, yeah. And I'm hoping that, like, if I catch it, because we've been in contact, right? So
he tried his best to stay away. She was irresistible. Man. She's always gets sick after she's traveled anyway. So she's going to be in a state when she gets back from Canada. But can you imagine if she actually does get sick? Because she is close to traveling regardless.
If I catch it, I want it to be, like, now so that I can recover before I have to travel. If I get sick right before travel day, walking distance, probably like 3 to 4 kilometers away. It's not, we'd have to go into the city. There's like small little stores, but even that's pretty kind of far for me. Wash hands a lot, yeah, I have been. We saw that picture of you with no hijab. Doesn't bug me.
And that's why I don't feel bad putting out.
I have to take care of myself before travel day, especially like, I didn't eat. I took insulin, like, I have to really be careful.
I still don't believe it happened, to be completely honest. I think it was just a way to be like, oh, my visas say that I have to change my flight, and why haven't I changed my flight? And so, oh, something happened while I was at the airport. But if it had been true, she had been dumb about it.
I'll just have something small that's like healthy so it doesn't upset my stomach. Nobody cares what the haters, right? Whatever. They probably thought it was like a huge aha moment. I don't care. You didn't see that?
She edited it out, so she cared enough in that regard. Like, it was interesting, and she had been particularly boring the last week or so. But that just makes it more suspicious, because she had been so boring that even reactors weren't covering her as much. So suddenly something interesting happens. Oh, whoops. I understand you can be on either side of that fence.
Hijab slip, Tracy? It's like all over YouTube. Whatever. And what if it was like somebody who really was like affected by it? Like,
yeah, if it was someone who was really affected, I imagine I would react differently. Clearly she's not, so it doesn't matter if someone else would be affected by it. What if somebody else actually cared about the choices they made for the religion they claim to follow? Oh yeah, that would be a different scenario. But we're in this one, so.
They just don't care about other people. I know, you see me every single way. Like, I don't care at this point. I didn't strike anybody, and I can prove that even on my strike list. I haven't struck anybody in a while.
She's going to talk more about reactors later, which I'm probably not going to cover, but I think FFG got a strike and blamed it on Chantel. That's as much as I know about the scenario.
Yeah, I could go for a friggin'... What would I eat right now? Cheeseburger would be good. Like fries. Poutine. Yeah, I'm the one. I don't care at all. I was just... And then I was just like, it was an accident, you know? Like...
She seems to live right by like an intersection or something, because it's just insane the amount of noise she has in that yard.
Getting my nails done, having a nachi. Super excited.
And again, if she's getting her nails done and she's doing these things, she can't be praying because you can't do that the way she used to, like acrylics and things, because it's not considered clean when you wash. Speaking of nails, God, mine are terrible right now. I meant to go and get them redone. Sorry if I'm flipping you off. I meant to go and get them redone, but because I went out with my friend yesterday, I didn't have time. I'm gonna have to go in the next day or two. They are just coming away. I don't wear acrylics. I just get my natural nail done, but they need some attention.
I know, Skull Panda, but like I was stupid. I forgot to take it in the evening, so I thought maybe I'll take it. Yeah, Pondu, because Pete loves his life right now. Right. And Salah, how did I ruin his life? Oh, he had to leave Kuwait? Not on my accord. He had to. None of your business, so fuck off.
Yeah. Nothing's ever my fault, God. It was just complete coincidence that people were coming after us legally when we moved. How dare you?
Bye.
Oh, did I pause that? Sorry. Oh no, it's her.
You feel better now? Of course they do. Somebody hateful piece of crap like that doesn't ruin people's lives. I'm sure they do. They're projecting.
How dare you bring the truth into my chat? How dare you? How dare you bring the speculation of the truth into my chat when I've refused to confirm it? How dare you?
Pete and Salah are grown men. I'm not responsible for anyone's life. Thank you very much. Thank you.
She's not. Like, and that's what I've said, because old Puddin' Spine is an idiot. But, she is pressuring him because it would make it easier for her. He would contribute, maybe not very much, but at the very least, and this would be a fair thing to ask, at the very least he would contribute what he pays where he is, and that would make it easier for her and having a manservant around. It's not a coincidence she's suddenly going into his chats and calling him her best friend. It's all emotional manipulation.
And Salah said he's had more fun with me than he has with pretty much anybody else, so...
That's a low bar.
These people need therapy, not warmth. Feels good telling people off, doesn't it?
I wonder if that will continue in Canada. Let me think.
I have 0 kids. I'm responsible for myself. Yep. He's pretty happy in Syria. I don't feel guilty about shit.
Doesn't
I just find it stupid when people comment that kind of thing. Like, it's so stupid. Nobody is responsible for the happiness of anyone else. And furthermore, Pete was extremely happy living with me up until I got in that abusive relationship.
Pete was fine with her. He got to live in an apartment with her. He's fine being roommates with her. She's literally, it seems, his only friend. And wouldn't it make you think of your life when your best option is Foodie? But he was also massively depressed, and she's going to argue, well, that's been lifelong, and it might have been, but the way they were living was bringing out the worst in both of them, because neither of them had any kind of routine that would push them out of it, and they both sort of indulged each other.
The early good days were awesome. And if we live together again, it will be fun again. No, Pete's depressed. He's worse depressed now than when we were first at the villa. What? They blame me for his misery, then blame you for enabling. They can suck it. I don't care what they say.
Yeah, talking about it shows you don't care. Pete is likely depressed and has been for a while, and we've been able to see that. But living with her doesn't make it better generally. Now, he's been in that one room for a while, so maybe having his own place will feel a bit more like a fresh start for him. And him having a job, even if he hates the job, at least he's gainfully employed. So there's something to be said for the routine in that sense. But the only thing she really brings to his life that's positive is the fact that he has connection with another human person. His presence there does a lot more for her than hers does for him, especially when the influence of that presence tends to be negative.
So stupid. He was depressed before me. He was depressed since high school, since I've known him. So, and when he's with me, at least we do things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the codependence isn't good for either of you.
And by the way, human beings, especially adults, have free will to do whatever they want. Yes, that's right.
That's true. But last time you were together and you gave him assertions that you were like, okay, well, move in with me, I'll take care of everything. Should he have accepted that? Should you have offered that? It wasn't healthy for either of you, really. But again, it's the emotional pressure now. You are pretty much his only friend. You do have expectations that he's going to move in with you at some point. He probably does feel pressured. And if he doesn't like his life right now, he probably doesn't want to fight with you. Is that necessarily an excuse? No, he makes his own decisions. But you are pressuring him into that decision.
I haven't been physically in Pete's life for 3 years, so who's to blame for his depression now? Like, unreal. Stuck in the room eating rice. Yeah, if he moves, he gets a much nicer private place, a kitchen, home.
And that's true. Like, there are advantages there, but do they outweigh the disadvantages? Do they outweigh what the life will do? Now, for Pete, it might not actually be that much different. Yes, he would be her manservant, but if he's got his own issues, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, in terms of his current situation. But she sits there and pretends like the advantage isn't to her. She needs him there. He doesn't need her there. And the last 3 years prove it.
Cook meals, get to go out and do things. Someone to go to Comic-Con with. Like, what? He doesn't even, he's not living his life now.
Is there a Comic-Con in Canada? But when she says he gets to go out, she's not getting a car. She's on a scooter now, supposedly. So, like, they're going to be trapped in there together.
And I ruined his life. Okay. I think, obviously, like, he probably suffers from some mental illness. Can you guys hear me? Pete's needs, like, you know, like a good friend, somebody to, like, because, honestly...
He does. You are not that person.
I think the main source of depression is just having no life. Like, just literally staying inside for, like, days, you know, only goes out for groceries once a week.
Okay, would that change with you? You can't take him out for groceries once a week. Pete could get a bus pass, he's physically capable in a way that she isn't, but he's not going to have more contact with the world with her. Unless her apartment is closer to things than his is. If it's more accessible, maybe, but then he'd still have to make the choice.
Has a very, you know, mundane routine, doesn't talk to many people in real life, doesn't go do anything exciting. He has to live, you know? So, he's always out with his family. Salah? No. He sees them quite frequently, but he always invites me.
We remember, and then you fight because you don't want to go and you don't want him to insist, but you want to prove his love by insisting.
I don't like to be with as many people as often as he does, and that's fine. He can go, I can stay. We have to get used to being apart anyway. But, yeah, I think that's a big part of the problem. And I think some of his depression will lay up once we, you know, and yeah, he wants to definitely have a job and contribute. I realize that's healthier for him. Like, I don't mind helping him out, and like I had to pay rent anyway. I went freeloading, but for him,
I love that she calls it freeloading. I mean, if she were paying rent, it would be, even if she invited him. But how convenient now she doesn't have the money that it's better for him to contribute. I don't actually disagree with that. I think if it's not overstretching him financially, then just saying whatever you pay in your room, you pay for this, and it helps her, is a good thing, because it does give him something he has to do, and it doesn't make him feel as much like a burden, which your mind can trick you into thinking you are. And I imagine Foodie plays into that because she wants him to serve her. So no better way to keep him engaged with that than by subtly or unsubtly reminding him of what he owes her.
And it's a healthier dynamic if he's also contributing, so yeah, I get that. Why did we split up? I wasn't in love anymore, so we'll see what happens. You know, I'll be settled in anyway for a while. I'll settle in and everything. You don't need to be responsible for the well-being.
It does sound like Pete was like, let's see if you stay, which if was the case, I still think it's done for him to move, but at least it's something.
A 40-year-old, yeah. I think Pete's, you know, really tries. I really do think he's on the spectrum. I get exhausted by gatherings. I gotta go turn the TV off. Maybe that's why the internet sucks. Oh, it's cool in here, in the house. I think it's like the walls are like heavy cement. Buffering bad. I'm sure that you guys will not miss the Syrian internet, will you?
I will not. But I'm not sure I'll enjoy the idea of you having unfettered access to the internet. I don't feel like your content's going to improve. She always goes for such a harsh red. And I used to like it more, but I feel like she could soften up her makeup. I think she just likes
what do you
because the
mean,
filters catch it, and so a more extreme colour
When I
will
went to
allow
Cuba?
it to shape better. I realise I'm wearing a lot of makeup, okay? She can wear whatever she wants, whatever she feels good in.
I haven't been to a beach in a long time. Before I was Muslim, so when I became Muslim.
She used to live by a beach. We saw her on a beach in Kuwait all the time. She filmed her love documentary on a beach. We went to that abandoned boat thing.
Muslim? Yes, don't show myself. I wasn't, no, I wasn't Muslim in Cuba yet.
Oh, does she mean she hasn't been in a bathing suit for a long time?
There's beaches, but in Latakia, which is a coastal place.
Stop. I know she's getting the lipstick off her finger. Stop sucking your hand, it's gross.
Bill, yeah, I plan on helping him with those things. He needs help. Like, he's not really good at, like, he has a lot of really bad anxiety. It takes him forever to do things for himself. Like, I'm like that too, but not as bad. Thank you.
She's pretty bad.
He needs a doctor. He needs to get him a doctor. Maybe one who will help him with the whole, transitioning stuff. Like, he needs somebody to help him with stuff like that.
She is really leaning into the idea that she's doing this for Pete's own good, and it's such bullshit.
Yeah, I've always had contact with him, and when I would go to Canada, we would see each other. Just keep it under wraps. We don't need people, And Salon knows. He knows Pete's is like my family. He's like I know he sees me as his BFF, but I see him as family. Like, I get so annoyed when people are like, oh, you ruined his life. Like, I really care about this person a lot. I would never do something like that.
You abandoned him for Kuwait in a matter of, what, a couple of weeks? You left him with the responsibility of closing down all of the old apartment because you didn't care. You called him a ball and chain. You care now because it's convenient for you to care now. Does that mean they're not best friends? Not necessarily, in as much as either of them understand the relationship, him being isolated and not having other friends to compare it to, and her being completely dependent. I'm sure they consider each other best friends, but she had, the moment something better came along, she dropped him like a hot potato.
They age me? I don't care if I look older. Yeah, there are people who pretend to be Tracy.
Turn the filters off.
Yeah. I would just ignore it, because the more you entertain it, Tracy, and the more it shows that bothers you, the more they're going to do it, because they're sadistic.
Oh, this was her. Remember, she did the stream at some point being like, leave Tracy alone. Like, that was going to make things better.
Oh, my mind is so much better not looking around at, what people say about me, whatever. Turn off your camera? Oh, I don't want to. I will in a bit. Any tips? Keep occupied. Try to have a healthy routine, do self-care, and just keep occupied with improving yourself.
This is so laughable, not because the advice is bad, but because who the hell is she to give advice on being functional? Yes, do all those things, but don't take advice from her on it. My God, who's asking Foodie for life advice? She's sitting in Syria because she couldn't afford Canada because she ran away from her debts and had a romance scam marriage in the Middle East. She's 41 years old. She owns nothing but debt. She has no plans or preparations for the future. Don't ask her for advice.
I'll be home for Halloween. And Halloween, my plan is, I want to go to Spirit Halloween. I want to get my nails done. I want to try the new Burger King meal.
Spirit Halloween, she makes content. I'm here for a costume. I'm always here for a costume. But it is expensive, man.
Yes. And in the evening, I want to do a pumpkin patch or something spooky. For me, what I do, to just keep my mind off of the fact that we're separating and all that, I just focus on thinking, going through things I want for my place, packing things, stuff like that.
I don't think she has that much to pack, but one thing I will say is one of the things I love doing when I move to different places, before I came here, I asked my next door neighbor, because you get buddied up with people, I asked my next door neighbor to send me a little video of the place so I could start looking around at, what's available and what could I do here. It's one of my favorite things, before actually decorating, obviously, because it's fun, it's exciting, and it's new. So I don't blame her for that. That's pretty cool. Also, she has to grift the money, so she needs to know how much it's gonna be.
Cleaning a lot, stuff like that. We got Halloween day, so getting our nails done, Spirit Halloween, the new Burger King spooky meal, and pumpkin patch at night. Or something like that. So, that'll be fun. Mike, will you really be able to do all that? I don't know. I'm going to force it. I think I'll be okay. Hopefully. Can't wait for Halloween.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I got distracted by the audio change. She's saying, oh yeah, I'm going to do this after I get back to Canada. She's going just before Halloween. So if the 28th ends up being right, she's planning on doing this in like a couple of days after she arrives. She is going to be flat out in bed. She's going to be sick. She's going to be tired. She is not going to be able to move. I do not foresee her being well enough from the travel to be able to do any of this. She might try because she loves Halloween, but the last few times she's traveled, it's taken her a week or two to get back into like regular routine. And this is a big move for her, regardless of anything else.
I haven't had a Halloween in Canada in forever. And I'm so excited. Like, I just want to make sure that like he'll be okay to line up a rental car, yeah. And I'm sure it is with budget, because I'm on a budget.
Yeah. What is that budget? I would love to see, like, I think she's about to talk about her Amazon wish list here. But I would love to see just when she says, like, she came on the other day and said she needed $700 and she was going to try and do that for stuff for her place when she got there. Or maybe the $700 was for the scooter. I'm not sure. But I'd love to see her shopping list. I'd just love to see, not so much the Amazon wish list, although I'd like to see that. But just, like, she mentions putting everything into a cart. I want to see what she's planning on buying. What does she consider to be necessary?
I only have like, the time is gonna come. Can we don't go down the long road? I guess so. There's a lot of nice multicultural places in Ottawa and Toronto. Same with Montreal, although there's a really big Arab population. I can't wait to be.
You won't even interact with the Arab population you live in. What makes you think you're going to do it there?
In general, I don't want to deal with any man in the future. Like, this is...
She will not have the opportunity. She may get lonely and decide to date again, potentially, once this has worn off. But the only way she stayed with people was connected to the money she was bringing in or her location. Like I said, I think the Salah thing started as a possibility of getting to Canada. But with Old Mate as well, he was around for the money. She could afford it then. She doesn't have the money to pay someone bad, and she doesn't have the personality to get someone good.
I want peace. You can't have total peace if you're in a relationship. There's emotional turmoil no matter how happy you are as a couple.
Of course, everyone has ups and downs, but maybe in her relationship there's always turmoil. Maybe that says more about you than it does relationships. Now, I completely understand, I'm happy by myself. I can't be bothered. I live that life, but Chantel doesn't. Chantel sets a lot of stock in her value as a human being in the relationship she's in, which is weird considering how bad most of her relationships are.
I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with your bullcrap anymore. Your chat will keep you from being lonely, right?
Right? I got no other friends except maybe Pete's if he moves in.
Cost of living. People watch her. I'm already pissed about it. Looking for a place. First and last month's rent. So even to get a home, you have to pay like $5,000 or $4,000, however much your rent is. Like, it sucks. And then you have to pay all utilities. Here, we were renting that place in Syria for $200 a month, all included.
Yeah, well, you were in a different country. That's what happens. And if you hadn't screwed up Kuwait, you could have stayed there until you paid more off and were in a better position financially. You didn't, and then you ran off to Syria, and you can't hack Syria, and now you're going back. These are the consequences of the choices you made. I am all for living abroad if it helps you to financially recover yourself. I've always worked abroad, so my perspective on it is perhaps a little bit different. But when I was in my 30s and I was like, I really need to start thinking about the future, and those thoughts naturally come as you're approaching 40, the fact that I live abroad is what allowed me to do that, because I have certain expenses that I would have at home that I don't have here. So if it's a sensible decision for you, go and explore abroad. But Chantel has not treated it like that, really. She's run away from her debts, but there wasn't really a long-term plan in place, and so she hasn't taken advantage of when she was in that better position.
In Kuwait, it was more expensive, but it was still pretty cheap. Here, there's like no rent, obviously. It's his house. The boba tea era happened. Well, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I'm different now. That's many years ago. I guess I just want to work on being totally independent. You know, if I have to take a job, I will. I'll look for a...
She keeps saying this, and I'm like, honey, you need to find a job first. Pete's had trouble finding a job, and he's got a job he hates now, but he's had a pretty consistent employment history within the job that he's doing. She doesn't.
A part-time job at home or something. Yeah, relationships in general are just a lot of emotional stuff, and I just don't feel like dealing with that anymore in my life.
And
Period.
that's fine. She'll change her mind because, like I said, she values herself based on them. But it's fine not to want a relationship right now. But I think the fact that she can't afford one in the way she did before has a lot to do with that.
When I first saw Salah, I was just like, oh my gosh, he's handsome. Like, he's like the first guy I've been with that I was like, wow, he's handsome. And he's...
Screw you, BB, Pete, and Nada. Didn't she go on and on about how handsome Nada was when back in the day?
No one else in my life I ever felt that way. I'm immediately attracted to. Swordfish, I was like, oh, that's interesting.
That's not what you said at the time.
Anybody in my past, I was like, looks like the guy from Eraserhead. Which guy? No, even the main character's normal looking compared. Independence era. I need to work on becoming a retiree, but I don't think I would ever want to stop going live.
You don't have to, but how about you work on it first? If she were to live long enough in that cockroach-like way she does, yes, make preparations.
You know, social media, I really like it in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but it doesn't love you, so it's not very reliable. Keep doing it for as long as you can, because God knows where you'd earn that money again, but...
I think he does have a lot of love, you know. We really fell in love with each other, and then
who is this? Is this meant to
you
be
can just tell when a
Salah?
man is not like interested by the way they treat you. Well,
He is never... If we're talking about Salah, one of the first things all of us noticed was there was absolutely zero chemistry, even in the so-called honeymoon period.
most attractive person he's ever been with, probably not conventionally attractive, no. That doesn't
Oh, was it your sparkling personality?
always matter. You could be conventionally attractive and have the personality of drywall.
That is absolutely true, but what do you do when your personality is foodie? I believe people can fall in love with your personality. I don't believe foodie's personality is the one.
An Adonis. Not when I first, the first day I met him, I was like, it looked like a crackhead. But then we spent like all day and night together, and then he grew on me, unfortunately, with lies. Yeah, I'm happy for them, and I hope that Salah can be happy like that someday too, you know? Like, we were happy together, and we had a lot of good moments. And
It didn't seem like you did, but I didn't see everything off camera.
I'm sure we'll be in touch probably forever, you know?
I'll go back to Canada and it'll be my life, alas. Leaves the cat. You will never escape.
Even just casually at one point, but probably as like friends, I don't know. But I think you only live one life, you know? So I think you should really truly be at peace and happy with it. And if having a family is what he needs in life to be happy, then sure, but he never mentions it. He never talks about, oh, I really want kids. Like, I think they get on his nerves too.
So much that you're breaking up your happy marriage for it.
Whatever happens, happens, you know? I'm not going to be bitter. I'm not going to be whatever, because I'm the
She's gonna be bitter and whatever, but it's not necessarily because of him. She's just like that.
one who initiated, like, you know, like, I have to refresh. He has a big support system. Yeah. He, if anything, like, I'm the one who was like, I'm not happy. We have to, you know, I have to go back to Canada for good.
She was expecting to give an ultimatum and he would follow it, if that's the case.
It's a big, big lifestyle change. I just tolerated it more because I really wanted it to work out, you know? I really wish I could show you my hair, like, the way, like, when the camera slipped, it was awful. I had hijab head. My hair wasn't, like, nice and done. But when I do my hair, it's, like, really long. So when I do my hair, I put the hair...
Her hair didn't seem that long, but she did have it tied back, so we don't know. But the fact that she's been practicing with the hair fibers tells me she has no intention of that hijab staying on.
Fibers, I make it fuller, freshly washed and conditioned, and I curl it a bit. It looks pretty decent. No, I can't show you, especially not now. Like, even if I was, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the hijab, honestly. Part of me does want to remove it, and a part of me doesn't know if I can.
Again, I think it's going to end up being whatever becomes easier for her. Uncovering her hair means that she can just walk around, she can look how she likes, she doesn't have to have it on while she's streaming. But it does mean then if she goes out, she has to do all the hair things. And generally, she just goes with the path of least resistance. And I think this is going to be the issue as well. When she talks about streaming from her house but not showing anything, when she had the green screen before, it takes a certain amount of editing. You have to start the green screen up. It's not a lot, but it takes a bit. And she's just not going to be attentive enough to keep it up all the time. She's going to get lazy and then things are going to be shown.
Part of me doesn't, part of me does. But especially in Syria, around him and his family, I'm going to be respectful.
Because respecting his family has always been the top of her list of priorities.
Hijab hair, right? It like flattens your hair. You lose hair. Doesn't have to end sad or angry. It's actually a good thing that you both know yourselves. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't really act very different while we're living together. It would just be too hard.
They were faking it before, they're faking it now. Nothing's changed. They are roommates.
And too weird. Yeah, we don't act much different. That's why we say bae and our lovey-dovey and the thirsty ladies. He won't be paying attention to anyone from the internet. Resentment piles up after a while. The pile is too big to clear away. Yeah, you gotta end things on a good note.
Don't talk to me!
I mean, maybe intrusive thought. I don't know. He's gonna be free to do what he wants. It's not gonna...
If she had any emotions connected to this, she'd be losing her mind. Even if it was fake, the idea of being rejected and it not being an agreement, like we've seen her over the past week or two wanting him to choose her over family. And I don't believe this relationship is even like emotionally real, but she's still been losing her mind, you know? So this conversation of, no, you have to be very mature about these things, it just doesn't fly. She lived entirely disconnected in Kuwait. She was only there because it was convenient for her financially, so she went with him. And now she's in Syria for the same reasons. But her body is betraying her after years of abuse, so now she has to go back.
I really do love Kuwait as a country. It was really nice. The people from Pause can get bent, honestly. I hope you're watching and I hope you hear that. And
maturity.
Everything else was awesome. Yeah, I really had a nice time. People always treated us with respect, and
you didn't.
I have some really good memories there. It's a beautiful country. Like they really, you know, Pause. F them all the way. But other than, you know, the Middle East is just too restrictive for the type of person I am, honestly. That's the truth. I'm going to admit it. I try my best to behave, and I, you know, failed a lot of that in Kuwait, but...
And where you are now, as you accused his family. And it's funny, because I live in the Middle East, and I don't have this problem. And I swear a lot. You have heard me on here. I swear a lot in my real life, but I don't do it in front of my students. I don't do it at inappropriate times because I've got the general sense to be like, it's probably not a good idea for me to shout fuck here. She does not have that sense.
The AC was good in Kuwait, yeah. So I didn't want to stay and disrespect the country more with my behaviors. I don't mean like things that I did, like breaking the laws and stuff. I think that's just ridiculous. Trying to help a cat, you'll never sway me on that, and you can all kiss my fucking...
Trying to help a cat wasn't the problem. Asking for money to do it was.
Ass if you think that, I don't care. But stuff like this, my mouth, like I can't, you know.
Yeah, but that's a you issue because I'm in the Middle East and I can, and I'm not in this trouble.
It's too restrictive for most Westerners, yeah. It's the free speech thing, right? You can't have an opinion.
I'm fine. You can absolutely have an opinion. You just have to give it respectfully and recognize when not giving it is a better idea. Is all speech totally free? No. But I also don't lose my mind online, so that does make it easier.
Opinion on the government. You can't have an opinion on anything, you know, and that's fine. I respect that. If that's your rules, that's your laws, okay, you know. But I didn't purposely try to disrespect the laws like people are trying to.
Okay, but it's not about purposefully. The law isn't about your intent, it's about what you do.
Make out. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing that I would do is swear a lot, and swearing apparently is illegal there. Chantal, you did nothing wrong, just helping a cat. Who knew all that would happen? Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Who knew when you were on a live stream people were telling you, no, don't do that? Who knew there would be consequences?
I think that too. I had really good intentions. Gaining ground. I heard that Farrah Fiasco, the racist, homophobic, transphobic dog hater.
Right. Okay, we are now into reactors. I thought we were earlier, but we weren't. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to catch up. I haven't finished watching this one. I'm going to catch up with whatever went on today. I'll see whatever else comes up. And if it's worthwhile, I will come back. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.